Hey guys, Toast here, and welcome to another episode of Overwatch How to Play. This is a series that focuses on each Overwatch character's backstory, covers their basic mechanics and abilities, and discusses tips to play each character. Today's focus is Zenyatta. Years ago, following the Omnic Crisis, a group of outcast robots experienced what they described as a spiritual awakening. They abandoned their lives to establish a communal monastery located deep within the Himalayas. After many years of peaceful meditation on the nature of existence, they came to believe that they were more than just artificial intelligences and that they had possessed the essence of a soul. Recognizing their spiritual equality to humans, the monks, led by a spiritually enlightened and enigmatic robot known as Takarta Mondada, worked to heal the wounds caused by the Omnic Crisis and try to recreate social harmony between humans and robots. They quickly became global celebrities after their message was embraced by millions worldwide. One monk, named Zenyatta, disagreed with the direction of the group. He believed that the way to fix problems between humans and robots was not through teaching, but through interpersonal connection and engagement. Ultimately, Zenyatta broke away from the group and followed his own path. He chose to leave the monastery and tour the world, helping those he met to find inner peace. When necessary, he'll rise up to protect the innocent, regardless of whether they're human or Omnic. Now that we have a little backstory on Zenyatta, let's take a look at the basic mechanics of this spiritually enlightened Omnic monk. Zenyatta fills the support role in this game and has 50 health with 150 shield and no armor. This puts him in line with other supports on overall hit points, but the fact that 3/4 of his hit points are shield and he deals pretty solid damage with his attacks makes him capable of having a bit more self-sufficiency than many other supports. Zenyatta's primary weapons are his Orbs of Destruction. Zenyatta projects his destructive energy orbs toward a target, dealing 35 damage per shot. This is the strongest primary attack of any support in the game currently in terms of potential damage per second output. Zenyatta does have an alternate fire mode in which he charges up his orbs until 5 have been gathered and then unleashes them in a rapid flurry toward the enemy targets. The orbs still deal 35 damage each, however, as they're projected in such rapid succession, you're capable of dealing up to 175 damage really quickly, which is enough to take out characters like Tracer almost instantly. Zenyatta's first ability is called Orb of Harmony. Zenyatta casts an orb that hovers over the shoulder of a targeted ally. As long as Zenyatta has a line of sight to this ally, the orb will continue to hover over them and slowly restore their health. Only one ally at a time can receive the orb's benefits, however there is no cooldown to this ability, so it can be recast on any ally at any time. The orb heals for 35 hit points per second, which can be the difference between life and death for a fellow teammate. Zenyatta's second ability is called Orb of Discord. Zenyatta casts an orb that hovers over the shoulder of a targeted enemy. Instead of restoring health like his Orb of Harmony, the Orb of Discord amplifies his damage dealt to that enemy. As long as the enemy remains within Zenyatta's line of sight, the orb will continue to hover on that enemy. Similar to Orb of Harmony, Orb of Discord has no cooldown and can be cast as frequently as Zenyatta likes, however only one enemy at a time can receive the orb. Zenyatta's ultimate ability is called Transcendence. Zenyatta enters a state of heightened existence and consciousness for a short period of time. During this time, Zenyatta gives off a glowing aura that heals all enemies in his area of effect for the duration of the ability. During the ability, Zenyatta is immune to any damage and most hard crowd control, however he is unable to attack or use other abilities while in this state. Transcendence lasts for 6 seconds and heals for 100 health per second for a total of 600 health healed. Now that we have an understanding of his abilities, let's move on to Zenyatta's strengths and weaknesses. As mentioned previously, Zenyatta is a support character, so to get the most benefit out of playing him, you need to stay back and let the fight come to your allies. Zenyatta does not have as much healing potential as many of his fellow support characters do, however to make up for this, he has some very lethal damage. Zenyatta's damage is actually one of his biggest strengths, as all support characters are capable of dealing some damage, however Zenyatta is really the only one that you can count on to be able to hold his own consistently in one-on-one situations with other character classes. With his Orb of Discord, he's capable of taking out many characters in 2 to 3 hits from his primary weapon. Another big strength of Zenyatta is that the majority of his hit points are shield, which means that he's able to restore up to 3/4 of his total hit point pool by just remaining safe for about 3 seconds. This means that he doesn't need to find a healer or health pickup if he gets low on health, and it increases his survivability quite substantially. Zenyatta's biggest weakness, however, is that his ultimate ability is almost completely useless unless you have teammates near you that are coordinating. The utility of his ultimate comes in the form of heavily increased healing for all teammates nearby, which means that you need your teammates to all be coordinating a push or to all come to you if they're struggling in order for you to be able to do any good. Now let's cover some tips and tactics to play as Zenyatta. While it isn't advised to jump right into harm's way, Zenyatta has the highest potential damage of any support with just his primary attack. Use this to your advantage and know that if an enemy closes the gap on you, if you react quickly enough with your Orb of Discord, then you absolutely have the chance to win the fight. Since Zenyatta's healing is a bit low with his Orb of Harmony, you want to try and be as proactive with it as possible. If you know your tank or another character is about to go into a fight, put the orb on them in preparation for them taking damage. If you try to play Zenyatta as a reactionary healer, then your teammates are less likely to get out of altercations alive. Zenyatta is midway between an active healer and a set and forget healer. His Orb of Harmony does the work for him when it comes to healing, and he does not have to actively do anything for it to work. However, he cannot just set the orb on a teammate and forget it. He needs to ensure that he's keeping a line of sight on that teammate, or else the orb will be returned to him. Try to coordinate your ultimate with your team as best you can. Zenyatta's ult is best used when coordinating a big objective push or trying to hold back a big push from the enemy team. Because his ultimate only lasts for 6 seconds, you want to ensure that your teammates are ready to go before you pop it, or else you'll lose the precious healing time that could be the difference between a loss and a win. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you feel better equipped to play Zenyatta now, or if you feel that there are some aspects that I missed that you want to share. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, this is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.